Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. To those who are new, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can be part of my fam here on YouTube. I pretty much do lifestyle, beauty, story times, a kind of like mix of things in my channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell as well so you can get notified whenever it is I upload new videos. And let's just get into the story time. So I was off from work when this actually happened. So it was my day off. I woke up like around 7ish and this incident happened around 9. So I woke up, Daniel went to work. Well, he's working from home, so he was working on his laptop. He came into the office to work and I had Oakley with me. So I'm just thinking to myself, you know what, I can go ahead and just start cleaning the kitchen and start doing this organization video for the kitchen that I wanted to show you guys. So I'm just like, okay, let's just do this. So I go to the kitchen with Oakley and I leave him on the floor, let him play a little bit with whatever it is he wanted to play with because he had some toys over there. And I start taking out stuff from the bags that we went shopping like a while back, and we bought like a couple new things for like the kitchen, like silverware and pretty much like cooking spoons and stuff like that. I started cutting off the cooking spoons from the packaging and it had zip ties. So instead of using scissors like I should have, I decided to use a brand new knife. And so I just started cutting. I cut one off completely. It was easy. I was like, okay, cool. And then I grabbed the other one, and the zip ties on that one were a little bit like tighter on like the spoon. And so I was about to cut it when I look at Oakley because he's on the floor and I'm at the kitchen table. So I look down, I glance, and I see him trying to put something in his mouth. And me being the good mom that I am, right, I decide I'm gonna put this knife down. But before I can do that, I guess the way that I was holding it, like the packaging was like this, and the knife was like between right here, between the zip tie and the plastic the board packaging. And so I was gonna put it down, so I had to go like this to put it down, and my dumbass just goes and it cuts like at an angle my finger. And all I remember feeling was this excruciating pain. Like it was horrible. What I did at that moment, as soon as I felt the knife on my skin, I go, ow, my finger, and I yell it so loud. And keep in mind, Daniel's like about to join this meeting from work, and so yeah, I said that, and he comes out and he's like, what happened? Not in those exact words, but pretty much what happened. And Oakley, I see Oakley look up, stare at me, and it just goes back to doing whatever it is he was doing. But yeah, I remember holding it together because I felt like it was going to like fall. Like it wasn't that deep, but it was still a deep cut. And so I remember looking at it and just being like, oh my gosh, I can legit see my my meat, like the inside. And so I was holding it. Daniel quickly, like, he's good in situations like this, so he like turned on the water. I left it under the water while I was holding it. Keep in mind, at this point I'm crying in tears, full blast. That ugly cry. I was there. I was just like, oh my gosh, am I gonna bleed out? I'm not good with blood, so if I see a lot of blood, well, if I see that I'm losing a lot of blood, I start to feel like lightheaded. And yeah, I didn't want to pass out, so I just didn't look at my wound. So I just held it underwater. Daniel was like getting like the first aid kit, and he's like I have to see how deep it looks, like how bad it looks. And so I'm like, okay. And then he looks, and then he automatically goes, yeah, we have to go to the ER, you're going to need stitches. And for him to say that we're going to the ER freaked me out, because he doesn't say that unless we actually have to go. So I'm just like, great. I'm over here like in my freaking comfy clothes, my pajama clothes, Daniel was still kind of his pajamas, you know, like when you end, I don't know if people that work from home do this, everyone, but he had a shirt on and he was just in his pajama pants or whatever, and so he had to change into actual clothes because he was gonna take me. So and then I am so glad I had changed Oakley already. I ended up calling my sister, crying. I'm like, hey, can you babysit Oakley? I cut my finger, I have to go to the ER. Dropping off Oakley on the way to the ER is like there, so it's like us, then my parents' house, and then the ER. And so he was on our way there anyway, and due to COVID and everything, I didn't want to take him and expose him to, you know, what could be there. And I think due to this whole thing, they're not allowing anybody else to go in there, just the patient. So I'm like, you know what, let me just drop him off at my mom's house. And so that's what we did. On the way there, like by this point, Daniel put like a lot of gauzes around me because it was like bleeding out like a lot, to the point where I had to keep changing the gauzes that we had. I was pretty much crying and trying to calm myself down the whole way to the ER. It was bad. Now I laugh about it because I'm just like, wow, so dramatic. I shouldn't have been crying that much. But anyways, I get to the ER, they ask me questions. Daniel has to go, like, he couldn't wait there for me, he had to leave, so he ended up going, I think, to Panera or something. Panera, Populi, I don't know, either one. And I went in there, they took a look, they're like, yeah, you're gonna need 3 stitches. Turns out it was 5, almost 6. But yeah, the whole time there it was like bleeding, and they had to clean it. They had to actually clean the inside, which it hurt so bad. Even though they like numbed it and stuff, I could still feel like the pain. Yeah, like right now it's healing, so if you don't want to see this, just skip over like a couple seconds, like 10 seconds. So it might not even look as bad right now anymore, but it is in the healing process. So they did tell me that I'm probably gonna have a scar, but it did go like all the way around, which was like the ugly, like crazy part. Like, to this day, I started gaining like feeling back in this side, but I still don't have any feeling on this side. So if I touch it, I can't feel it, but I know that I'm touching it, if that makes sense. And it's like when you have a lot of like little ants, like when it falls asleep and stuff. That's pretty much how my finger feels from this side. And then like if I hit it or by accident or something, it'll hurt super bad. So I mean, I can bend it out, but I feel like, I mean, I haven't been able to wash dishes still, just because it's hard for me to hold things and then scrub really like hard, and get the, you know, stains and all that off. So Daniel has been doing that. I've been a little bit more comfortable changing Oakley's diaper now and changing him and stuff like that, just because he is a little bit more patient with me. He won't move around like at all pretty much with me when I end up changing his diaper and his clothes. But I still can't take him showers. I still can't lift heavy things, which really sucks. At work, I actually ended up going back to work the next day, but I had like a doctor's note saying that I couldn't lift anything heavy. I couldn't bend my fingers, so I wasn't on register or anything like that. I was just like pretty much garment carrying and all that stuff, because I do work at a clothing store. But yeah, that was like the most craziest, scariest time of my life. I wish this wouldn't have happened. It makes me realize for real how much I appreciate having an index finger, and like how I took it for granted. So yeah, anyways, if you love to see storytime videos like this, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.